Hello everybody, we are finally watching some Lobstar gameplay and some Yochan gameplay. They played against each other a few times in the monthly challenge that happened a couple weeks ago. The challenge is Rainmaker, Scorch, and Makeo Mart. So these are some super high level games and just super top level players. So Lobster is playing with Egoist, he's playing with Negora, Melon, and Chocopero, and Yochan's playing with Sugi, Displaling, Wolbo, Dapple, and 96 DK. So they're just duking it on Rainmaker. It's going to be a lot of fighting and a lot of high intensity situations. So Lobster trades one and will be jumping back into mid and just fighting it immediately, trying to push the enemies out of mid, and gets a couple kills here. So now with the enemies 2 down, they have 3 specials, and they're going to just try to secure this first checkpoint, push as far ahead as the Rainmaker as they can to make it free for the Rainmaker just to run through. So they burn Booyah, and they're going to have Cooler for this push, which is really good too. And Lobster's going to try to jump to the top right, and unfortunately jumps back to spawn real quick, but he wants to take high ground and put some pressure on and continue to get kills, because that's the only way they're going to KO when the spawn is right there. So Lobster jumps in while his teammates are still alive, but is able to get a trade, which is good. And now they're going to kind of want to regain some mid-map control and keep the pressure on the enemy side rather than their own. Kraken comes out from the enemy. Lobster is just going to hide and space from it, knowing, you know, Jetpack and Kraken are not very good while there's no pressure from teammates on them. He's just going to keep trying to damage, keep trying to hold this mid-map control and play under the ledges as much as possible, because that's just what Blaster is best at. Nice direct onto Sugi for a trade, and they're going to keep pushing this. So Lobster is going to Booyah to try to keep pressure on the Rainmaker pop and Yochan, because he was stuck in Booyah in an awkward spot. And with another Kraken coming out, Lobster's going to Shark, but does die to the pop because he's not sitting behind a ledge properly. Lobster gets a nice timely jump in and will Shark to try to pick off anyone he can, and does find Yochan, and now he's on a flank, which is a pretty interesting spot, but the pedestal over there is on the high ground, so he's going to have a hard time pushing up here. He's going to try to play his spacing properly and is getting caught by the 96, so he does have to back out and regroup with his team. He'll see that the 96 Kraken is actually going for his teammate, so he can just sit there and continue to damage the rain and all these people dropping. So really nice damage. And he will find a Dapple as well. Lobster has some very high damage this game, and is always at least finding a trade. Just fighting as much as he can in good positions and getting high value kills, so his teammates can easily paint up mid, and he can just jump back in quickly and help them out. So they're camping the Rainmaker in the bottom right. He's gonna hit a nasty mid-air indirect shot, but we'll just jump back knowing he could die to the jetpack. But unfortunately, Yochan is actually on his jump on the flank. This is a really nice flank by Yochan. Lobster needs to help his teammates out, because they are stuck in a pretty precarious situation in mid with no map control. And he's going to try to regain left, because this is the defensive position that he needs to get to hold mid, but he does end up dying, so it's scary again. The enemies are pushing through. And they'll stop at just 4 points before getting lead. And Lobster and Chocopero are actually going to keep the Rainmaker inflated and prevent the Kraken from grabbing it or popping it, and then they're going to clean the rest of the players out for the enemy team and then pop it. So that was really nice. And now Lobster's just back in mid fighting once again. This is a really cool Booyah behind the wall, so he can't get beamed by the entire enemy team. And he does kill Yochan for it, so that was a really nice Booyah hiding behind the cover. And with only 25 seconds, now the enemy team pretty much has to wipe Egoist. This looks really hard. So they're just kind of running around trying to get kills as quickly as possible because they have to fully form a push from scratch with very little time. And with only 10 seconds left and no kills, it looks like Egoist is just going to win this game. So I would say the Lobster did a great job of damaging and getting high value kills in all the situations he needed to in this game. So really well played to him. And now we get to watch some Yochan. They're playing Makeo Mart this time against Egoist. And their 96 has switched to Vac, so they should have an easier time pushing. The only thing that Egoist has to deal with that Vac is Kraken. Yochan's gonna pick up this quick cooler and just try to get a pick as quickly as possible. I really like the angle he's taking on the right here, but he lingered on the low ground a little bit too long, and the start does not look to be going their way. So Egoist is now pushing the right. They've already crossed. He will find Chocopero, but they do get the check, so it's still pretty good for Egoist. They can just look to reset. And Yochan pressures Lobstar to fall off the map in the corner there and is getting zoned by Chocopero. So he's going to want to try to, reposition, try to go left, but is caught out by Melon, and then Chocopero is damaged, and it's very hard for Yochan to get out for free there, so he does end up dying. And Egoist is going to grab it again and get some points here. 37 is a good lead, but definitely not great on this map. And Yochan, having a hard time dealing with Chocopero. He's just sitting in really strong positions. But he will jump to the high ground and find Melon. It's only Nagoro left on an edit Splatling, so he's not going to be able to counter quickly. And a beautiful direct to clean him out. So now they finally have mid-map control, and they should be looking to get a push here pretty soon. They also have Vac at the top corner, you can see. So Yochan's team is using Vac to get the cross here. I really like that play, and then Yochan pushing up in front, getting a couple picks here. Very important kills. Melon's Kraken is chasing him, and he perfectly dodges him, and it's super important that he's still alive because he can still damage here now on this push. And this is a really important cross on Makeo Mart because now Yochan has taken the high ground away from the enemies, and they are just deep in their base. And it's only Lobstar left to defend, and he's not going to be able to. The double Vac on both the check and the KO pedestal were super nice by his team, and Lobstar's damage and kills were instrumental in getting that push. So that was a really strong, quick game by them. You could just hear them giggling. But yeah, those were some really top level games. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll post one more video from this challenge from Chocopero, so tune into that, and thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed.